everybody. How you doing? Welcome. Actually, let me back up for a second. So my nephew had come up to me, and he said, "Uncle," I said, "Yes, nephew." He said, "Would you like to do a video of a cocktail tasting and review?" And I said, "Well, sure. I've done that. I've tasted a lot of cocktails in my day. Sure, that'd be fine." He said, "Okay." I said, "Yeah, okay, great." I said, "What do you want me to do?" He said, "Well, I want you to do something called an Alabama Slammer." And I said, "A what?" He said, "Yeah, an Alabama Slammer." I said, "Are you sure? Because there's like, why is it called an Alabama Slammer? Because there's like 3 other things called an Alabama Slammer." And he's like, "Yeah, it's called an Alabama Slammer." I said, "Oh, okay. Well, I do it. I ain't got no problem with that. So yeah, I'll do it anyway." So I told him, I said, "Well, like I said, there are 3 other things called an Alabama Slammer in Alabama, which is where I am." And I said, "Well, let's see. So number 1 is basically if you were to get caught with too much moonshine in your overall pocket, which is which is from Cecil. Cecil, he likes the moonshine, but it's really good stuff. I swear, I promise you, it's really good. But if you have too much in your overall pocket, the sheriff will say, you know what? You gotta go to the Alabama Slammer. It's the jail, right? It's the jail. Everybody. That's what they call it everywhere. It's the jail, right? Okay. So we got that figured out. That's number 1. Number 2 is my favorite, actually. This is kind of good. Wait for it. It's kind of good. So anyway, I have another nephew who likes to dig holes in my yard. Okay, and he just likes to dig, and I just like, oh, okay, if he digs far enough, I'm gonna let him put in a pool, I guess, or a lake or a river or a lazy river or something like that. Anyway, so it's kind of cool. Anyway, he digs, and when he goes back home, I feel I like, you know what, I gotta get some dirt to fill the holes. So anyway, I call them up, and they bring out the hose. They bring out the hose. They don't bring out the hose. They bring out the dump truck. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm getting there. Anyway, so they bring out the dump truck. So anyway, the second definition of the Alabama Slammer is what I'm getting at, right? Stay with me. Anyway, so they back up the truck. You know how a dump truck has the the back part, and it leans up and it dumps all the stuff out, and then typically they just kind of like drive off, and slowly it goes down, and they drive off, right? No. We get some Alabama stuff. We got to get our money's worth of this stuff, right? So anyway, he comes over there all the time in the backyard and say, hey, Billy Joe, give me, when you dump this, give me a couple of Alabama Slammers, if you would. All right, sir? He goes, "You got it, brother." And he sits there and he dumps all that stuff, and then he pulls up about 10 feet and then slams on the brakes. And then you know what happens? That big metal end of that flapping gate or whatever you call it on the dump truck just goes wham! Just wham! And it knocks a bunch of dirt out. And then he goes forward a little bit more and wham! Does it again. And more dirt comes out. Let me tell you something. That's how you get all the dirt. That's right. Or gravel, whatever you want. Whatever's in there, it all come out. You need 2 Alabama Slammers. That's all it takes. Trust me, they all know the lingo. That they do it. They do it day in and day out. It goes wha-bam, and it comes on out. So he goes, yeah, just give me some Alabama Slammers. He goes wha-bam, and I gets all the dirts. All about that. Excuse me. Okay. Anyway, so I gets all the dirts that way, and it's great. It's so fantastic. Anyway, so and oh yeah. So the third thing, the third definition we call an Alabama Slammer is Billy Bob's sister. Yeah, I know. Billy Bob, if you're watching this, this surely can't be a surprise, okay? It better not be a surprise. Come on now, you with it. Everybody knows this. Everybody in the town knows this. Surprise. Anyway, so we got 3 Alabama Slammers in Alabama. Okay, but now I guess we need to talk about the real Alabama Slammers, do we not? So, let's see what we got here. Oh, well, surprise, we got 2 different kinds of Alabama Slammers. And I was like, what do you mean 2 different kinds of Alabama Slammers? They said, yeah, we got 2 different kinds. I said, oh, okay. Well, I guess we got this one. This one is, well, let me tell you what, should I tell you what's in them? Because they're both kind of about the same. You have these 2. There you go. They look about the same, don't they? Well, hell, my eyes aren't that good anymore, but, you know, this one's like a little more cloudy. Anyway, so this one is a Southern Comfort. I know I can see your eyeballs rolling back into the back of your head. Southern Comfort, it don't grow hair in your chest for nothing. Okay, stay with me. Southern Comfort, Amaretto, which is the God's nectar, if you ask me. Sloe Gin. Anybody heard of Sloe Gin? Quick history lesson. Sloe is a berry in England, where most of us came from. I say most of us in Alabama came from. Anyway, apparently if you eat it raw, it tastes like poo-poo or cow dung. Don't do that. Make it into a liqueur. This is what's in this. Anyway, they're telling me to read all this stuff. I don't know. Anyway, and a dash of lemon. A dash. Just a dash. That's an Alabama Slammer number 1, apparently. Alabama Slammer number 2 has SoCo, Amaretto, Sloe Gin. Huh, sounds familiar, doesn't it? But this one has orange juice. Not a dash, a full ounce of orange juice. Now, I don't know about y'all. I have a feeling the orange juice one is going to win. Let's see how it goes. Even the... Let me tell you something. Okay? You know what? When I was a kid, I remember being sick a couple of times, okay? And I remember taking some cough medicine. Might have been Robitussin, might have been Demetriol, or I don't know what it was called, but it was rough. It smells just like this. So let me tell you something. I ain't gonna be coughing tonight. Let's try it. Oh, man. Let me tell you something. Oh. Let me try that again, because the first sip, you can never tell My history, you can never tell on the first sip. You have to try it again, or 3 times. It's getting smoother. I don't think that's a good thing. Okay. Well, let me tell you something. Have you ever been to the Buckhead bars? I went those back in my day. That was over in Atlanta, in the Buckhead area, obviously. If you go there and ask for any drink or any shot, it tastes like this. Period. That's exactly what it tastes like. Give me a second. Pardon me. Okay. Let's try. Shall we try the other one? This one just smells better. I mean, aromatissima nosolation, right? I'm not going to say anything until I try it again, okay? Let me tell you something. I used to know a guy named Jimbo who made something similar to this. And it makes you think it's okay. But after you have a liter of it, it ain't okay. The orange juice, and this is real orange juice. If you get me, like real squeeze from from the orange juice. Excuse me. So it's real. Okay. So here we go. Final review. The Alabama Slammer number 2 is better tasting. But the result is both on both. You get me? If you want to stay warm in the winter and not remember how cold you were, both of them are your answer. That's all it is. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If my nephew asked me to do this again, well, it better be a daggum different drink, because we can't do no Alabama Slammers. I'm about to call up Billy Bob's sister. I'm kidding. I ain't gonna do that. Billy Bob, I'm kidding. All right. Trust me, I'm all right. All right, everybody. Y'all have a good night. Enjoy your evening. I see y'all later.